where they have been doing very well for themselves, right? Fourth, third, second, respectively for this year. But I also I feel like people just sleep on Hermison and 720 Polyshot. They did fairly well for themselves. I think it's pretty hard to say they won't get a top 8 finish. But of course, they are going against a relatively strong team. I think they're second seeded Fozy and Machete.
I think people are starting to wake up to the idea of Hermison and 720 Polyshot. They've been keen on Hermison for a long time, but 720 Polyshot is the name that's been making it further and further into bracket than I think people expect. So they're definitely starting to wake up to the idea of Hermison and 720 Polyshot being a major team in the EU play space. Definitely expect a top 8 finish from them. Definitely expect a top 8 finish from Fozy and Machete. I honestly, this one's a toss-up. Yeah. This one's definitely a toss-up, and in my opinion, for who will place better.
That's definitely going to be a good set to follow at the very least. And then, of course, the last fight for that top 8 is going to have Hyson and Simple versus Zyder and Blue. Zyder, formerly known as JK Zyder.
He's not just kidding anymore.
No.
He is definitely a serious boy right now. I'm sorry, wait, why did you bring up? Oh, yes, Zyder and Blue. Yeah. Blue and Simple broke up. Blue has not achieved the success since that breakup. Same thing is a little bit to be said for Simple, just because we saw Blue and Simple taking tournaments, multiple tournaments, and any fall from that is technically a fall. Even though we've seen some amazing placements from Simple with .xe, now known as Link, it's still not been those regular first place finishes that we've come to expect. This will be an interesting set to see. I would give the edge to Hyzen and Simple. Hyzen's really upgraded his play this year. He's been playing probably some of the best Brawlhalla that he's played in years, if not his entire career. I would give the edge here to Simple and Hyzen over Zyder and Blue, though I do think there is a lot of potential for Zyder and Blue to be a very scary team in the future. I think I'll put air quotes around weaker Link, because it's still a very strong Link. It just happens to be the not as strong Link. I would put that onto Zyder.
Yeah, it is interesting though. We were talking about kind of our top pick teams before we got to see this bracket, and Hyson and Simple was not on that list. Of course, we had Link and Simple as our team. I'm not really sure what happened if I'm not seeing Link lower on the bracket, so maybe he just wasn't able to play and Simple picked up someone different for the